What it do, my brothers? What it do, my sisters? To all of my kinfolk and my knee G's out there, y'all already know, back at you again. What up, tribe? Yo, in this week's episode of Highway Stories, matter of fact, before I go any further, yes, it has been a minute. So make sure you click like, subscribe, and share so we can go ahead and get this out there in the algorithm. Now I sound like a professional YouTuber now. But anyway, in this week's episode of Highway Stories, yes, I'm chilling. I'm at the crib and whatnot. I think I was done with the company. Their company July 8th. And I got some lined up. I took my drug test yesterday and everything. So they just gotta wait on to get the results back. Then we back out here and doing our thing. 1099, baby. Anyway, in this week's episode of Highway Stories, now I kind of been saving this one. I've been trying to really figure out this brother's name, but I guess it's best that I don't know it or I forgot it, and the reason being is because of the story that I'm about to tell. Now, number one, this brother is from South Carolina. All of this happened around the time that I was back working for Raj on R&P Logistics. And at that particular time, I know big brother Larry, he wasn't there no more. Obvious reasons. You know what I'm saying? Goddamn it. Piccolo thought he was about to lose his life. So, he wasn't there. Big Ivan was not there, but he was still coming around and actually delivering, because at this point in time, Big Ivan, he had got his dump truck fixed and whatnot, and he was back pulling them loads, doing dump truck loads and whatnot. So it was just me and Brother Brown. And it was kind of crazy because at that particular time, Raj, he just started hiring, I don't want to say any and everybody, but hell, y'all gotta forget that noise. That's my other phone and whatnot. But like I said, I don't want to say he was just hiring any and everybody, but at this particular time, he really was. I mean, he was hiring like, long as you had a CDL license, he didn't give a fuck. He would hire you. But matter of fact, we're gonna say the brother name was Mark. Now, Mark, like I said, from South Carolina, and also because I got to set this shit up. Have y'all ever dealt with someone in the past? Because I hope they ain't around right now in your present. Have you ever dealt with someone from your past where you thought everything was all good with them, but they kind of had like a little down low or DL situation? Now, when I say that, I'm not talking about sexuality. So let's be clear, because people out here, a lot of motherfuckers have a lot of DL situations with theirself. But this particular brother, he had a DL situation or down low situation with substance abuse. All right, so just keep that in mind. Now, Brown, he didn't know, and I definitely didn't know And Raj, he definitely didn't know. And let me keep going. All right. So this brother Mark, he comes aboard. Me, Brown, we meet him. Some other brothers meet him. And the way how this brother was running, he had a crib. Well, damn, I'm giving this shit away. He had a crib, and at that particular time, he had his house, and it was just him by himself. So what he was doing, he was just like staying out, just 2-3 months at a time. Then Raj and them, they would get a load, sending him back to like South Carolina. He would typically have to deliver in the A. Then from Atlanta, he would just deadhead up to South Carolina. So anyway, this brother, he was just running and stacking his money and making his money. Well, this particular run that he wound up doing, I think he went, yeah. He wound up going to Greenwood, Indiana, and he wound up picking up a load. And as he was coming, because he had to pick the load up, but he had to drop it at the yard. So in the process of him leaving the facility, he got back on the highway, and right before he came back into, I know a lot of y'all ain't gonna understand or even know what the fuck I'm talking about. So for the ones that's back home in that, y'all already know exactly what I'm talking about. As he was coming back into Marion County, northbound I-65, an old white couple in a Lexus had hit his ass in the truck. Now, when they did that, this brother, them ways had kicked back in. And what fucked around and happened, because see, this shit's done it over with like years ago. So what fucked around and happened, he called the ambulance, the EMTs came out, they seen him, they took him to the hospital. The truck was fucked up. Now the Lexus was fucked up also, but this couple, they had admitted, the wrongdoings that they had did. So the insurance people got involved. And when they got involved, he called Brown up. Well, before the insurance people had called him, he was at the hospital. He called Brown up. And Brown had told him, he was like, nigga. He was like, hit Raj up. Basically, y'all come up with I think somebody out here cheating. I ain't gonna film him. I just seen him get out of somebody's car, and I'm gonna leave that alone. Let me get back to this shit. Let me get back to this. I think that motherfucker cheating. Yeah. I'm gonna leave that shit alone. I ain't no. Anyway, that's being messy. But anyway, so Brown had told him, he was like, listen. He was like, the insurance people gonna get involved. So what you need to do is tell Raj, because you ain't gonna be able to drive, for about a week or two, and then plus the truck gotta get fixed. He was like, so tell Raj, you make a certain amount of money and do basically a check stub. Raj did it. So the brother wound up getting cut a check for 50 racks. 50 racks. All right. So what this brother did, and then of course, Raj's truck had wound up getting fixed and everything. So Raj and Piccolo, they thought the brother was, gonna jump ship on him. But see, Brother Brown was telling Mark the whole entire time. He was like, bro, he was like, you can actually go out and buy your own semi truck now. You got more than enough money you can put down for a down payment, and you can go ahead and go from there. Like I said, the DL tendencies had already kicked in. So at this point in time, he was like, no. He was like, I'm gonna wait. He was like, I'm gonna wait till next year and then I'm gonna go out here and make that move. Make a long story short, what this individual did, he took $10,000 and he went and he bought a Benz. That was one. Bought this Benz. Two, he wound up paying off some, a lot of his bills back home in South Carolina and whatnot. And then Roger and them, they thought everything was cool. And Brown, he was like, something ain't right with bro, because it's just certain moves that he's doing. It's not adding up. He was like, I understand you need transportation. He was like, but yo, did you have to go out and buy a Benz? He was like, you could have got you something a little bit cheaper. So, the brother was like, nah, they got to see me and this and that and whatnot. So Brown was like, all right, it is what it is. But like bro was saying to me, he was like, bro, this man got more than enough money he could have put down for a down payment for his own truck. And instead of working for this motherfucker for your life, you could start to go do your own thing. Now check this out. The brother probably should have listened to the advice that Brother Brown was giving him. And I'm gonna get back to it, but I'm gonna say this. This is the problem that a lot of us have. A lot of times and I can't say everybody, when some people come to you giving you good, solid advice, this is my personal opinion, it's not from them. I personally believe it's a higher source that's feeding them and giving them the information and telling them, coming through them, and saying what needs to be said to you so that you can understand and you can maneuver in a certain way. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, back to the story. So the brother, he ain't do none of this shit whatsoever. Paid off a lot of his bills in South Carolina. Also, he went on a little shopping spree. Now, with the shopping spree, I really couldn't understand because, I was like, well, god dang, man, ain't like you go home every week. You go home probably about once or twice out of a month or two. Like I said, the DL tendencies started to kick in. He coming around, he had jewelry on. I mean, but brothers fly. You know what I'm saying? And we're like, yeah, must be nice. Well, Raj was always giving him these good running loads. And the only reason Raj was giving him these good these good loads was because he knew, Mark, he wasn't going home. So shit, Mark can go run that shit. Well, he had a delivery in Oklahoma. Somewhere in Oklahoma. Oh man. Well, fucked around and happened when shit hit the ceiling fan, whatever they say and call it. The brother substance abuse was crack. The brother was about my age, which kind of blew my mind. That's the other thing. But anyway, he wound up stopping in St. Louis. He knew some people in St. Louis, not like friends. He knew where to get to work from. Let me just say that. In the boogie. And he went on the binge. That whole goddamn weekend. That motherfucker went on the binge. Roger them, Monday morning had rolled around. Roger them got a little concerned because he never did go deliver that load. That motherfucker was too. He was geeked the fuck out. He was high. So he never did go deliver the load. So Roger them, they started to bug the fuck out. Now, Roger's calling Brown. Roger's calling me. And like, yo, can y'all go through this area, this and that, and this and that, and see if the truck and the trailer's there. And when he called me with the shit, I'm like, hell nah. I'm like, man, that's the ghetto. Hell nah. He like, well, Pounds, how do you know? Like, listen, man, I used to be with U.S. Express, and I used to be on the Dollar Tree account. A lot of your Dollar Tree stores are in low poverty areas. Let's keep it real. Yes, they in the suburbs too, but a lot of them motherfuckers is in the hood, all right? And who you think they was sending to the hood? In St. Louis, in Indianapolis, in Cincinnati, in fucking Detroit. Never did no Chicago or anything, because they had their own Chicago driver, special Chicago driver. So I never was a part of that. But anything that was in the Midwest, and like Toledo, Dayton, anything in the Midwest that was ghetto, I didn't, Dollar Tree, I didn't did it. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, hell nah, I ain't going. So he was like, please, please, please. My company. So by this time, I done hung up on his ass. Cause I was like, man, I ain't doing, man, fuck you. You know. So Brown hit me up. He like, bro. He like, man, do you know what's going on? And I'm like, nah. I'm like, I know Raj hit me up talking about go check on old boy. He like, bro, this motherfucker's on the news right now. And I'm like, what? He like, man, I'm about to send you the link. Bro sent me the motherfucking link. Homeboy Mark, because he had plugged the tracking shit back into the truck, because by this time, his high starting to come down. So he plugged the shit back in, and he started realizing he gotta go deliver this load. Well, Raj and them, they had already found out where the motherfucker was at once he plugged the tracking shit back in. They contacted the police. Police came. They said that the motherfucking curtains was wrapped all the way around the windshield, the driver's side door and passenger side door. They seen the truck moving, and they heard two people in there talking. So police officer went up, banged on the door, said who they was, said, basically they was there for a welfare check. Bro didn't respond. Next thing that fucked around and happened, he wound up opening up his curtains. When he opened up his curtains, he told the woman that was smoking with him to get the fuck out the truck. So she jumps out the truck, wig falls out her hair and all this other shit. And police is trying to talk to her, and now they're trying to talk to him. By this time, now mind you, I ain't even tell y'all, the truck was running the whole entire time. The truck is running. So now police trying, like I said, talk to her. They talk to her. They like, oh shit, this motherfucker high as fuck. Now they about to go and try to talk to him. This motherfucker done put the truck in drive, pushed some air brakes in, and took off. He took these motherfuckers on a high-speed chase coming out of St. Louis on Interstate 44 going towards Joplin, motherfucking Missouri. They had to take fucking them spike sticks. They had to throw that shit out there on the highway because the motherfucker got close. He got real close to Joplin. So they threw them spike sticks and blew all the goddamn tires out. A homeboy, he wound up crashing the truck. He crashed the trailer. The load that was in the trailer, it's all on the highway, all on the goddamn farmer's land and every motherfucking thing else. Took his ass to jail. Matter of fact, he's still locked up to this day in some penitentiary in Missouri, and the state of Missouri took his goddamn license away. They told him, whenever we decide to let you out, you will never, ever possess a CDL license or a driver's license. So it's done deal. I mean, done deal. And After that, the feds came down hard on Raj. Real hard. They was like, yo, you just hiring anybody? You're not giving them drug tests like that? He was, well, matter of fact, I'm going to tell you what this motherfucker was doing. Because I had to ask, and the truth came out. He was always sending me to go, every month, I was always going to go take a drug test. Well, come to find out, I was the one whose shit was coming back clean. He knew that. He wouldn't send his people in. He would send me in and then use my information for his people and keep the shit going. And this how the feds had kind of cracked down up on him. Almost like, nah, you just can't do that to one driver. All these motherfuckers need to come. You know what I'm saying? So, that shit was crazy. I mean, that shit was crazy than a motherfucker. Because that next day, I had to go right back through the loop. And as I'm headed out to Oklahoma, I'm seeing, the skid marks. I'm seeing all this shit. And I'm just like, wow. I'm like, wow. So, the message of this week's episode of Highway Stories is this right here. You can never judge a book by its cover. Don't be so quick to assume that somebody is one way and they're the total opposite. As a person that I know says all the time, I will give you so much rope for you to hang your own self. I won't come at you right away. I will build up all of the receipts that I need. Then I'm going to check your ass. And once I check your ass, that's it. So that's the message of this story, fam. Don't ever judge a book by its cover, and do not assume things to go this way when sometimes they might go the opposite way. Feel very, very sorry for that brother. Kind of wish things did not happen the way that they did for that brother. But he had a substance abuse problem that he did not know how to control. And he should have sought out help. And maybe things would have been totally different. And that's why Brown was trying to tell that brother, you should have went and got your own truck. Because now, as an owner-operator, I mean, as y'all seen in the past, they'll lock a motherfucker up, but they won't take their license away. They'll let them, get back out here, depending on what kind of case it is, and all this, why they gotta go sit down and everything. So, man, I hope y'all enjoy this one. I know I did seen the creeping motorcycle man, because he showed, I believe that shit low. As always, fam, peace, love, and joy. Holla. What it do, fam? If you like the content that I'm putting out for Highway Stories, make sure you comment, like, subscribe, and share. And as always, peace, love, and joy. Holla.